Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter, and guys, I'm so excited. Look what I got! Oh my gosh, do you know what this is? Well, how could you know? How could you know? You're clicking on the video, you don't know. You know what it is. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what was in the boxes on my porch today, and I was so excited. I'm like, I have got to do a video. I've got to do an unboxing. I'm going to share the excitement with you guys because honestly, it is because of you that I got this opportunity, even though I kind of thought that it wasn't going to lead anywhere. So about 5 years ago, I filmed some tutorials for the company Royal & Langnickel for their art instructor sets. And they were tutorials. I wrote a booklet that went with it that comes in the kit. And I did all that work and sent them the videos, and they promptly paid me as good, respectable clients do. And then I waited. And I waited, and I would check the big box stores like AC Moore and Walmart and places like that to see if these sets were out yet. And I waited and waited, kept checking for years, and nothing ever came of it. So I'm like, well, I guess they decided not to do the project. And I was kind of bummed out, but I'm like, you know, whatever. It was a fun experience. And then yeah, okay, I'm just gonna move on. Then I got tagged the other day on a fellow YouTuber's video who had purchased one of my kits. And I was like, I didn't even know they were out. And then a couple days later, I've got this box on my porch. And so I thought I would share it. I didn't want to wait. It is like, it is almost 7 o'clock at night. I was just like, I just got home a little while ago, and I'm like, you know what? I need to share this. So I'll show you the boxes here, and then we'll unbox them over there. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm so excited. So let's see. The first one here, we have a watercolor set. And these are the two projects that you'll learn how to paint, and you've got a written booklet of instructions, or you can watch the video. I think you'll scan. You scan for a free sneak peek of our online video. I don't think there's a DVD in here. I think you have to go, but actually, you know what? I will link to the videos because I'll link to the art instructor page at Royal & Langnickel, and I'll also link to their YouTube videos here too, so you can go check that out. We have acrylic painting, which is something, you know, I don't do acrylics too often, but I did an acrylic set for them, and you can see you get everything you need. All of these were done with the exact materials that came in these sets. So they'd sent me the products they wanted me to use, and I did the lessons with those products. So you know you're not getting kind of like a bait and switch, like, oh, there's that painting, but it's not actually made with the products. No, it's made with the products. I think this is my favorite. I love that. I actually had done a larger painting of that, and I decided to redo it for a lesson. So that was my favorite. I really love that one. Then a wave, and again we get the oil paints here. And oil paints are expensive, so it's nice when you can find a kit to get you started, a couple brushes, all the paints you need, see if you like the medium before you go whole hog and buy a ton of stuff. Actually, that's what all these kits are for. They're kind of like tasters to kind of get you into a media, so you can decide, like, do I like it? What colors am I actually going to use? So then when you use up a color, you can buy just that tube. You can buy a larger tube of it. If you use them all up equally, you can buy another set, or a set with other colors that you'd like to have. It kind of gives you a nice kind of starter kit, or a nice gift for somebody getting into a media. So, especially with the ideas, sometimes it can be overwhelming to get some new supplies and not know what to do with them. Then we've got this one, which is watercolor pencils and watercolor cakes, and these were so fun. Of course, you know I love my mason jar flowers, and I love birds, so a little hummingbird there. And you got the pencils and the pans, so you can try them both out. You know, you may decide you love watercolor pencils, you may decide you love watercolor paints. You've got a couple different mediums to try. This one was so fun because I love to draw. This is a sketching set. I actually used their sketching set in my Learn to Draw with Lindsay course that's on my Teachable School. I'll link that down below too if you're curious about that. Well, the Teachable School is always linked in my video description if you want to check it out. But you've got some nice graphite bars, and then you've got a full range of pencils, paper, all that stuff. So everything that you need is included in these kits, which I really like that. And I think the prices of these are around $18. So, I mean, it's a great way to get started. Oh, there's this one. I don't know if I showed this one or not, the color pencil kit. I can't remember. If I did, I apologize. But I'll open these up and we'll take a look at these on camera. So let me just kind of move that there and we'll go do that. I'm so excited, guys. I wanted to just kind of, while I'm still riding high, I wanted to just, I wanted to turn the camera on. So I know I'm probably like a little scattered and wilted, and the furnace is running, and I'm a mess, friends, I'm a mess. But I just wanted to share this joy with you because because I have you to thank. I have you to thank for watching my videos, and otherwise Royal Online Nickel would never have known who I was, and it gave me a really wonderful opportunity. So, and they're a wonderful company. So yeah, I gotta stop being all like, oh, you know, I need to, let's look. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we can see. All right, put a cloth on my table so we can be fancy. Not fancy enough to iron it, mind you, but hey, this is a little effort. I'm giving my some. It's late. I just want to share this. Oh my gosh. All right, so this first one is Art Instructor Watercolor. It's a watercolor set. So we've got 12 watercolor paints, 4 watercolor brushes, graphite pencil, eraser, pencil sharpener, palette knife, watercolor artist pad, instructional guide booklet, which is written by yours truly. So I'm going to try not to destroy the box because I only have 1 copy of these. And these are going to go into my archive. I have a filing cabinet where I keep all the magazines that I've been published in, and like just, you know, things that I've designed. So I'm going to try to keep this kind of somewhat together so I can just lost palette knife, so that I can, you know, make it pristine. I want to keep it nice. I have oh, there we go. I have, what do I want to say? These products opened already from that previous thing. So you get 12 ml tubes of watercolor. It's a student grade watercolor. So I do want to be completely honest with you. I think these are going to be around $18 a set. So, you know, I think it's a pretty good value. Student grade, good beginner type of product. You can see the paint in there. No mess on the cap. You don't even need to pierce the cap. So that's nice. I like that. We've got 3 round brushes. We've got a flat brush. I would say it's probably kind of like a 1, a 5, and an 8, roughly. A plastic eraser, which I like because it doesn't damage your paper. A pencil sharpener. Your regular old pencil. Now here is what I'm kind of excited to see, because I didn't know how these were going to come out. I mean, I submitted everything to them, but I haven't seen this stuff in like 5 or 6 years. I don't remember when I filmed. When was my hair like that? Does anyone remember? We need to go look. We need to go look on the archives. Okay, so 2016. It's 2023. 7 years ago. 7 years ago, guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we've got some information. Oh, they did a good job on this. Oh, this is nice. And here we've got one of our finished projects till we talk about the brushes. I mean, obviously I'm not going to read all this to you, but oh, nice. You know, what kind of bums me out though, when I look back, and I did see the videos because I posted the videos on YouTube, I'm like, why did I use that? I should have bought a new, like, desk covering mat. But you know how fancy I am. Look, I got this wrinkled tablecloth. I'm a mess. Well, it's on brand. So anyways, we got our step-by-step painting here, project 1. Then we got our dragonfly, project 2. This looks nice. I think you can really see the detail here. And then you've got the full video on YouTube with my crazy platinum blonde, super long, frizzy hair. They did a good job. They did a good job on that booklet. I didn't know how it was going to come out. It's bigger than I thought it was going to be, so that's nice. We also have a palette with a little mixing area here, so you can squeeze your paints there, let them dry, like don't rinse off your palette if you still have paint on it. You can go back to it. You're not going to use every color in each project, so I just square out the ones you need for the project, and then when you're all done, if you want to clean your brush off, don't put too much out because a little goes a long way. Just put a little bit of paint out, like a pea-sized dollop, until you have like a palette that's got like a lid that you can like squeeze it out and let it sit. For these, I would honestly just put out what you need for your painting, but don't throw it away. Just spray it with water and go again the next day if you have some left over. And then we've got a pad of watercolor paper, and how many sheets are in here? It probably says, oh, it doesn't say how many sheets are in here. Oh, I'm gonna have to open it. I don't want to open it. I want to keep it pristine. What the heck? I'll take one for the team. I don't want to cut into the thing. Oh my word. I did scrape the back of the pad. I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I have to keep this to a certain, I don't have to keep this to anything. This is my YouTube channel. It can be as long as I want. I had just filmed a quick like Instagram story, and that's like, I think a minute is the time limit for that. So I was like rushing, but it's like, oh, we can take our time. You can just skip through. Maybe I'll do some like timestamps so you can see like which thing it is. So let's see how many pages we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pages, 10 sheets in this watercolor pad. Now, I will tell you that the watercolor paper is a very budget-friendly paper. All the money in this kit went to the paints and the brushes. So if you do want to upsize this kit, I would say get some, maybe upgrade your paper, but definitely, you know, cut your teeth on this paper, play with it. But I did want to let you know that this is a very budget-friendly paper, and you'll get the best results on a nicer paper with these paints and brushes. So that's where the money went in the kit. I mean, for $18, you know how much paints cost. It's hard to do an affordable kit like that, and I'm always gonna give you the straight tea on anything that I have anything to do with. So I just wanted to make sure that that was completely obvious. If you're struggling with a paper, you don't have to spend a ton of money. You can get like a thicker, more heavily sized paper and go from there if that gives you any sorts of issues. But it's definitely worth it for the brushes and the paints, for sure. I'm going to try to put this in so it's all, you know, I can do that off camera, but what I honestly, what I'd recommend doing for storage your stuff, because you're going to use this, you're not going to, like, you're not making a museum to Lindsay the Frugal Crafter in your house like I have. I hope not. Oh, if you are, I think that's a bad idea. So you're not, as long as you're not making a museum. Oh, I think I should start this video over. Yeah, just, I would put them in like a fish and tackle box, or, you know, something that's a little bit more durable than the packaging here. I'm going to keep mine in the packaging, like I said. It's for posterity. Show it to the grandkids, or my kids. My kids haven't even seen this yet. I'm going to have to Snapchat them. That's what they do. They Snapchat. They're on spring break on the time of their life. They could probably care less. What's Mom up to? Who knows? She's a wacky one. All right. There's our first one, our watercolor one. I wanted to start with that one because I figured most people will probably be the most interested in the watercolor set. There's 6 unique sets in all. This one is the oil painting set. And let's take a look at what's in here. Actually, we could probably see most of everything from the top, but I'm really curious to see how the booklet's laid out. I'm really impressed with how they did the booklets. Wow, I can't believe it's been 7 years. I always think 5, 6, 7. Wow, that's amazing. It's, you know, I always get so impatient with physical product, because physical product takes so long, and sometimes, like, companies, if you're doing physical product with them, they have to, like, go through older inventory, like sell older inventory before they bring out a new line or a new series of a line. So I think that might have been the case here. So here again we have bristle brushes here that are suitable for oil paints. Royal and Langnickel are known for their brushes, and but they also have a ton of art kits here. We have 12 ml tubes again, this time oil paint. Let's take a look and see. I like that you no longer have to pierce the tube on their paints. You can see that. I'm not smelling hardly any smell here. Now there's no solvent that's included here. That's one thing you will need to get. Something you can do though if you absolutely want to avoid solvent but you do want to paint with oils is that, and before you use these brushes, wash them with soap and water and let them dry completely. They have to be dry, but you have to wash them before you use them because they have sizing in them. And this is going to be so frustrating. If you try to paint with these, you just open this all up and you start painting. The sizing in here is going to make your paint so streaky. Sizing is actually kind of like a glue or like a gum arabic, and it's just there to keep the bristles protected in travel. So like, say if this got like, I mean, it's pretty well seated in here. Say something happened and these brushes just all jumbled up and they were like knocked back and forth. The sizing keeps the bristles protected. So what you want to do is just wash them with warm soapy water, let them dry completely. You don't want to just wipe them off and then paint with this because oil and water does not mix. You let them dry and then you can paint with these. So when you're done and you've got oil paint in your brushes, what I do is I wipe off the paint that I can, and then I rinse it in a paint thinner, and then I wash them with soap and water. If you don't want to use paint thinner, you don't have to. There are low odor, no odor, non-toxic paint thinners, but what you can do if you absolutely want to avoid the solvents is get some cheap cooking oil and wipe off all the paint you can first. Get the cheap cooking oil, put it in just a little like mason jar, tiny little jar, you know, recycle it from something. Get that oil in the bristles, work it in there really good, then wipe that on a paper towel, get out as much paint as you can, and wipe out all the oil, then wash it with your soap and water, and that will work just as well. You're just gonna go through some oil. I mean, just get some cheap cooking, the cheapest you can get cooking oil for that. And then you're going to be set to go. But you always want to follow up with the soap and water wash, even if you use paint thinner, because it does really keep your brushes in better shape. And we also get a pencil sharpener and an eraser. And we've got the same palette. And then what you do when your palettes, when you're done painting, and if your paint is still, you still have a lot of paint on there and you're not done, generally the paint's going to be fine for a couple of days, but if you're not sure when you're going to get back to it, what you can do is wrap your palette in tin foil and stick it in the freezer, because it needs to be at room temperature for the oxidation and the chemical change to happen for it to dry. So that will, then you can keep it for a couple of weeks. I don't know about the archivability and longevity of freezing your oil paint, but I know that a lot of artists do it, and a lot of professional artists do it. And here we have our brochure, our little painting booklet. Oh, it looks so good. My hair is better in that one. On that day, on the taking photos for my oil painting stuff day, it was better. I've had so many hair adventures over the years. We got our basics, our primers there. We've got the oil painting. It's funny, I think that the oil projects are easier than the watercolor projects. But these are all beginner level. I would say beginner to intermediate, but these are definitely designed for somebody that's never picked up a brush before. And if you learn better by video, there's accompanying videos as well. I love how that one came out. That was so fun to paint. That one's, I think, one of my favorites. All right, I'd go to royalbrush.com/artinstructor. And you know what? You can follow along with those videos with supplies you have. I'm not trying to, pimp out my products. I'm just like really excited and want to share with you. So, if you don't need them, you don't need them. But they're available. And all of these products were done with, did I say that? I don't know. I've also filmed a little reel, so I'm not sure what I said where. But all of these projects are done with the, oh man, son of a gun. They're all done with the stuff that's in this kit. I'm gonna put that back afterwards. Yeah. We're just gonna have a big old stack of mess in here, and that's fine because it's pretty normal. All right, here we have the Art Instructor watercolor drawing. So we have 12 watercolor pencils, 12 watercolor paint pans. And let's see. I don't need to read it. And then this is YouTube. Show me, right? Don't tell me, show me. It's YouTube. When did you learn how to YouTube, Lindsay? How long have you been doing this? 13 years? Act like it. Oh, right. Oh, I like the palette on this one. I think that's a really nice one because it's a little more compact, especially since you have the paints already in their own pan, so you don't have to squirt anything out. Ooh. Something is caught. There we go. Oh, they have that taped in so it doesn't fall out. Oh, that's nice. So we've got our watercolor pencils. We've got one paintbrush, which is a small, I'd say like a number 3. It says number 2, so it's around a number 2, number 3, although they do say it's a 2, but it does seem a little bit bigger. Paintbrush, and then we've got our little paint pans, and they are in their own half pans, so that when you've used these up, if you want to refill them with tube paint, you can. And pencil sharpener. We also have a sanding stump so that you can sharpen your pencils with this, but if you don't want to, if you just want to get a point, you pull off this top paper that's not sandpaper, and then what you do is you take your pencil, oh gosh, I grabbed the ones that was taped, and then you would just like strike it across there. But I'm trying to keep these pristine because I'm trying to keep my Great Expectations freaky museum to my shrine. I sound like a crazy person. But anyway, we've got that again. You can never have too many pencil sharpeners, really. And let's look at this booklet. I'm so excited for the booklets. I just love how they turned out. And they all have a little QR code for the online video sneak peeks, I guess. I can never get those things to work. I don't like it the restaurants do the QR codes now because it's like, look, first of all, I probably can't read the menu because the print is too small. And then you don't want me to read it on my phone and I'm like zooming in. It's just, yeah. How about a menu? How about a large print menu? Is that too much to ask? And some decent lighting while we're reading it. On behalf of all middle-aged people, can we make that happen? So here we have a bunch of different techniques. I wanted to show a bunch of the ways the watercolor pencils can be used because it's frustrating to get a new medium and think it only does one thing. I know budgets are limited, and when you buy something you want to get as many uses as possible from them. We go over some color theory, basic brush care, and then we've got our projects here. And these are nice beginner-friendly projects. I think it shows you kind of the best I don't know, the best of both worlds. So whether you like the paints or you like the pencils, and this is kind of a nice taster where, like, if you're not sure if you like the pencils or paints better, you can play with them, see what you like, and then, like, when it comes time to maybe invest in a larger set, you can make your wise decisions because you'll know what you actually ended up using out of these starter kits. Oh, you know what? I also want to tell you the oil painting kit had 2 canvases in there too. I'm sorry. I'm I'm just excited by the brochures. I'm really pleased with how they came out. Very nice. Right, because I didn't have anything to do with laying this stuff out. And then here we have some more, we have watercolor pencil artist pad. I do want to take a look at this paper though, because I want to see which one. They have several different papers that they use. I want to see what they put in this kit. Yeah, and you're always going to get honesty. Hopefully Royal Langdon, hopefully they don't mind my honesty, but yeah, that's what you're going to get from me, because that's what you're here for. This one feels more like a, well, no, it is a watercolor paper pad. I think this is the same. Although the texture is a little bit, you've got a hot press on one side and a cold press on the other. I would use the textured side. And let's see, do we have 10 sheets? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ah, shoot. I think it's 10. Yeah. Yeah, it seems to be very similar to the same paper. I think this one might be a little bit more bright white than the other one. But there is that, and I'm very excited for that. And again, I will pack it up off camera because that'll take us a while. Okay, kit number 3, we have acrylic. And I don't do much with acrylics. So this one was probably the most difficult one for me to film, for me to come up with the ideas for and to do. But I'm happy with the way it came out, and I like the little paintings. I actually think I sold the paintings that I did with this, if I remember correctly. Let's see, so we've got our 12 acrylic paints. We've got 4 brushes, good sized brushes, like a half-inch and a half-inch flat, a number 6 filbert, and you got 2 rounds, probably like a 5 and a 3. I'm just eyeballing it here. We've got a palette knife, which will be very handy. The palette knives are going to come in the most handy in the watercolor. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, in the acrylics and oils, because you'll use that on your palette to mix up paint, so you save wear and tear on your brushes. As with all the brushes, you want to wash them first because they're all going to have that protective sizing on it. All right, we've got our tubes that don't need to be pierced, which are nice. They're all 12 ml. I would recommend, if you want to upgrade this kit, get a larger tube of white, because you always use white. Use white in everything. You don't necessarily use the other colors, and a lot of times you're mixing white with something to make a pastel shade. So that would be one thing I would recommend. Maybe adding onto this after, well, I mean, after you do a couple paintings, you're going to see that the white is you're going to need more white. As with any kit. It's not just these kits, it's with any. Then we have an eraser and a pencil sharpener. Again, let's take a look at our booklet. We do have 2 canvases in this as well. They're the Royal and Langnickel Essential canvases. I like those canvases. Canvas panels, I should say. And here we go again. Hair's not so frizzy in this one. I appreciate that. And this one says copyright 2018, Lindsay Weirich. I did them all together though. I filmed them all pretty close together. I think, you know what, maybe, you know what, now that I'm thinking about it, it was so long ago that I'm thinking maybe I did 3 and 3. I don't remember. Guys, it's been a long time. It's been a long time, and I get up to all sorts of stuff. We've got, oh yeah, we're going to do some painting with a palette knife in this, which is really kind of fun. And the puffin. I think the puffin came out really cute. And I love it because I was able to do some different texture techniques. Like, so there's a lot of texture techniques. You get palette knife texture in the landscape. You've got some flicking and spattering techniques there. I love stuff like that. I think it really makes it nice. It makes it nice to learn different ways to use your stuff. But there's that one. I hope I don't lose any parts and pieces of these. Oh, I think actually this one's probably... I think this one actually, oddly enough, I think this one might be my favorite set. This is the sketching set, and I love it because you get 12 graphite pencils, you get 6 sketching sticks, 4 vine charcoal, 3 charcoal pencils, 3 charcoal sticks, an eraser, a kneadable eraser, pencil sharpener, blending stump, sanding block, sketching artist pad, and instructional guide booklet. So let's take a look. And these, it was great because I used the set in my Learn to Draw with Lindsay kit, and it's nice just to have everything you need, you know? Everything you need. And I love graphite sticks because you can cover so much area, you can get a lot of shading done. Plus, I love to use charcoal and pastel and messy, like just right in your hands. You know, there's nothing between you and the media when you're using pastel. With with pencils, the lead is being held by the pencil. With paint, you're using a paintbrush. But with the charcoal sticks and the graphite sticks, it's your hands. Your hands are holding the medium, and it's just such a visceral. I can't say that word. Visceral. It's late, guys. Visceral. It's such a visceral experience. It's very, you know, it's very, I don't know, just love it. Let's take a look here. Now, just be careful when you open any of these sets of pencils. They're probably going to be taped in, but if they're not, just be careful with pencils and charcoal and stuff that you don't drop them. Especially pencils, because what can happen if you drop a pencil? They were smart to put tape across these so you don't have to worry about that. But with pencils, if you drop them, the pencil can break on the inside of the casing, and then you go to sharpen them and the lead falls out. That can happen with any brand of pencil, so you always want to be careful. And you can see that the pencils will have different thicknesses of leads, and they're also going to have different hardnesses. So, and we'll go over that in the booklet, where some pencils have an H behind their name, and the higher the number, the harder the lead, and the lighter the line. And the opposite with the soft pencils, you'll have a B for black after the number, and the higher the number, the softer and darker the lead is. And these charcoal pencils here come unsharpened, so when you get them, you want to gently sharpen them, and then you can use a sandpaper block if you want to point them. The charcoal pencils are going to be more delicate and more fragile than your graphite pencils, so just keep that in mind. Look at those. Those are, oh, all the way up to a 6B. That's really nice. And then we've got our graphite sticks, and let me see what the grade on those are. They go up to an 8B, which is really nice. So we've got HB to 8B in the graphite sticks. These, I believe, are compressed charcoal. It's been a while, guys. I haven't looked at these prior to you seeing them, so like it's so new to me. It's so these kits are new. The products aren't new to me, but them in this arrangement is new to me. Then we've got 4 sticks of vine charcoal. I really, really like that stuff. We've got a larger plastic eraser. Because it's a drawing kit, you're going to use your eraser more. You could even cut your eraser into a smaller shape if you want to. And then in this little box here, you have your kneaded eraser, which is an eraser. I'll show you one that I have. Oh, is it? It's right here. Oh, shoot. It's a kind of eraser that you kind of like can roll into a ball or pull into shapes. I just had, oh, here it is. So here's one of mine right here that I have that I'm using. So to clean it, you would pull it apart. And what it does is it just takes all the dirty outside yuckiness and pushes it into the inside. Eventually it gets saturated and it's done, but it takes a long time for that to happen. And then you can like put it into a little shape if you just want to like lift out a little highlight or whatever. They're so handy. You can never have too many of those. And you've got a sketching pad here. We'll look at that in a second. And this, we're going to do a giraffe and a horse. And you could put a horn on it, make it a unicorn. You know, use your imagination. And yeah, we got some techniques. I talked about the grading of the pencils in case you're confused about what the numbers mean, how to use the different products in here, and we've got our projects. We're going to draw step by step. And again, these all have videos with them. So if you want to draw along with the video, you can do that if that's easier for you. Some people prefer to read and go by the booklet. That is fine too. And I just want to feel this paper because, like I said, they have so many different papers. That I just want to see what they provided in particular. Ah, shoot, I cut the back of the pad. But I want to see, I want to feel it. I want to feel it because I feel like I could tell you what I think of it. I think, because I've tried a bunch of the different sketchbooks and stuff, and they're all going to work absolutely fine for sketching. It kind of comes down to what your preference is, if you prefer a rougher or a smoother paper, if you prefer to use charcoal, if you prefer to use pencil. So let's see what we got. Yeah, it's a nice weight to it. It's probably like around 50 pound one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15, geez, that makes sense. That seems like a weird number to have. I might have missed one. But anyway, yeah, that's definitely going to give you a good start. You can get a bunch of drawings under your belt, and then I guess if you want to upgrade this, I would recommend getting a spiral bound sketchbook, some sort of sketchbook that will lay flat, so that you can have it open on your desk. This will lay flat because it's a pad, but because it's a pad, they're just glue bound on the top, so these papers will they're probably not going to fall out. They've got a pretty good adhesive in there, but they're more meant for you to like tear out. You know, and you can even want to tear it out and tape it to a drawing board or something so that if you're drawing with a hard pencil, you don't dent the pages underneath. but a sketchbook often will have slightly thicker pages, so you don't have as much worry about the denting. And then it will have like a coil or a sewn binding, so it will lie flat and the pages won't come out. You can get ones with perforated pages if you do want to remove one though, but I probably, if you want to upgrade it, I would say add a sketchbook. Or if you're buying this as a gift and you want to, you know, make it a little extra fancy, add a sketchbook. Because this is one of those really nice kits for beginners. It's a good kit for people getting back into it. You know, the pencils are good. There's really nothing to go wrong, basically. And there we have it. There we have it. I'm so excited. Now I gotta pick up my mess, but I want to thank you so much for watching this video. This probably isn't even interesting and exciting to anybody but me, but I'm excited about it. And I know I probably even mentioned this. I don't know. I probably mentioned this like years ago when I was working on this. If you were watching the channel back in 2016, 2017, 2018. You know what? Now I'm thinking, because it's been so long, I think I might have done it in two groups of projects. Like, you know what I think I did? I think it was 2, 2, and 2 maybe. I'm trying to remember. It was a while ago, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad to see it finally come to life. So with that, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And if you like my content and you're new here, then hit that subscribe and notification button, and then you'll hopefully hear about it when I post a new video. It doesn't always work, but you know, we can try. That's all you can do in life is try. And we'll catch you next time. Till then, happy crafting.